conceived, it was meant to win trophies, it was meant to win championships, and they might not even be allowed in the same building as the rest of the guys.
That would be terrifying, wouldn't it? But 16 rounds decide that fact. Can Sprout find them? Vitality lean, very heavy B. Apex sits at the top of mid. It's a fake out, and Sprout know it. They've seen the mid to B or the Xbox smoke, and they know no one's moved along with it. Spiidi set up on catwalk, spamming that exact smoke down lower. Vitality fire back. Sprout don't really know where this one's ending, although they know Vitality have numbers down below. They've got an execute to throw. Smoke, flash, molly. All on different players. You definitely want to group that onto 1 or 2 max. Maybe even 3 D max, but Raul sits with his kit smoke instead. And this is a very nice call. In the middle of the round, minute deep, and there's a long push coming in. Vitality may have that mid to be on the ready, on the go, but there is a flank for this play.
Yeah, Spiidi is here, man, and he sees everything you're trying to do. Oh, but guess what? Apex also one step ahead, waiting for the mid-wrap. Does still hinge on his teammates actually getting into the B site, and that's not happening. Apex all alone will pick up the first. He's not out of the round yet. Still has a lot left to give, but doesn't have a lot of time to give it. 30 seconds for Apex as he looks to embark on this clutch. Crossfire set up inside of the site. 2 defenders that have been here the whole damn time, lying in wait, and in he goes. Can he succeed where everyone else failed? The answer is no. Rouse is there to close it out, and Sprout lock in a pistol round.
Okay. All right. What do we got from Vitality? No bomb plant, so no force buy is my safe presumption. But Sprout, like, they've got wind in their sails. That's the biggest worry in a game like this, where Vitality might be a little bit down in the dumps after dropping the ball on Vertigo, a map they very much had in the palm of their hand multiple times. Sprout are only going to be reinvigorated by the opportunity that they have, not just to eliminate Legends, but to go through to the group stage of IEM Cologne, where many more Legends lie in wait. You got to beat them to become them. This nade is going to be chunky.
The run boost is nice, though. Oh, the immediate reaction to the run boost with the nade. Slacks, make that money. You need that AWP. Got to get crowdfunding, bro. Staehr's here helping him out, aka stealing his money. And Spiidi's also stealing his money. And so Slacks didn't actually make a lot of money there. Everyone else kind of showed up and took it for themselves.
Yeah. Take what you can, give nothing back.
You know, man, that's like a little life lesson there. I think these guys are your teammates, your friends, your brothers, but everyone's willing to do anything for a bit of change.
Well, these champs with change are still sitting on Famis's and MP9s, whereas the AWP has come out in glass as well for ZywOo. Quick molly is going to force respect down to misutaaa, no smoke. Threw it out in the long corner instead. That is sick. That is dirty for dupreeh. Catching Slacks right in the air, coming off of the catwalk. Apex gets very deep into middle, but gets nothing with it, and Rouse turns with the flash as dupreeh disrespects the door smoke. It's put Vitality a man up, and they're ready to bound into B.
Oh, or are they?
Ah,
or
yes.
are they?
Yeah, that's what they want you to think.
And I mean, you thunked it already, and you've got the X-ray. They can fool us, they can fool anyone.
But they can't fool to Sprout. Not in this series. That would draw... I would absolutely draw roster changes into question. Magisk has missed the mid-timing. Spiidi has walked up, but he might go the catwalk route. Staehr's going to get caught, both players low on Sprout, and lauNX is left alone and lacking any chance to play into this round. If smoke shots don't connect, it might just have to be a save, and they've got very little to get away with. Spiidi's on a quick flank, but dupreeh's tucked in at car, and on 10 health with an MP9, it might just be exits for Spiidi. Meanwhile, Magisk is trying to deny the exact same thing on that B site. Tipping and tapping. But there's one more man tucked in at car.
Yeah, Magisk just kind of hanging out. Just stopping and staring.
Well, this is going to be a speedy end to the round for Vitality as they kill Spiidi on long. And Staehr at the wall for the final player.
Right, good return to form from Vitality in that one. Capitalizing on the openers they get, right? dupreeh doing a lot of heavy lifting over here in mid. And not allowing it to really get too wild past that point. I do like it. I think it was very measured, but I think that's good for a first rifle. And I say very measured. dupreeh did still run the gauntlet down middle. So not that measured, but I mean, once they got the advantage, they played it super safe. They didn't try and, you know, jump the gun into some sort of mid to B after giving kills there. Instead, they really dragged it out. They tried to maximize the money they hold on to, and now they've got the AWP here in this one, and it's hit the ground running. Now it's hit the ground, just gone, dropped, 4v4. Vitality, they might have had that advantage, but doesn't sit with them for long.
Dude, Sprout is so proactive in the CT side. We've already seen it from literally round one. They're pushing up a B. They can't leave players here forever. Staehr has killed the long lurker though, and this is only going to accentuate the A play for Vitality. They've kind of got to go. They have nothing else. And meanwhile, the doors are closing in on them from behind. Staehr's going to turn back and try and stop this cross into the bomb site. Meanwhile, Vitality don't know it. They're in a prison right now. They're in a cage. And Rouse is here to serve offer them a life sentence served by Magisk. 2-on-4 inside of the one-way smoke is Apex. It's a good smoke. Spiidi's jumping dangerously towards death, and Staehr waits for a commitment. 40 seconds, Vitality have got to go.
Yeah, they're also still getting crunched by Rouse, and he's just waiting till the perfect time to strike. He thinks he's found it, and he has. The backstab is nice. Sprout up onto 3. Vitality down in the dumps, man. Their money's kind of called into question here as well. They could get 3 rifles bought up, but that's not terribly pretty. Maybe enough for like a fast little B pop. Still, they'd be risking their economy on a B play. Yeah, man, there are still options here for Vitality. It's still early days, but it's not a fantastic showing of confidence, right? Like to get you enthused in their comeback in this series. Just wanting to lead the charge. You need that smoked. Apex is holding it. We'll lob that in, but it's actually going to come out from the CTs. They were just going to wait for that molly to fade and then commit. That smoke will send them looking elsewhere for answers. Ultimately, this will end up in a B play still. They've got util to throw in a mid to B if they really wanted to. And actually, they look like they're changing their mind on the fly. At least they've got plenty of utility, right? That's going to be golden here. You can throw in the Xbox smoke, get yourself up there. You can do a full cat exec. But 2 of those smokes are on the long players, which does make things a little more complicated. They also don't drop in the hinge smoke, and that might cost them dearly. They're easy pickings as they make it up the Xbox.
Rouse cleared up a beat again. Again, Sprout are so proactive. Even in a 5-on-4, they should know exactly where this one's ending up. And Slacks is in the perfect position to stop this cross. The smokes will make it a little bit more difficult, and Vitality are boosting over the top, but they failed it. dupreeh goes back up, looking for a headshot. Spiidi is so crouched, tucked in on ramp. dupreeh not given the opportunity to pick. And he didn't even see anything off the jump. The flash will delay things further. Slacks has dropped a smoke to play behind on top of the car. Oh, it's not great, but the flash is perfect from Staehr as Spiidi comes out with 2 kills and the bomb dropped. It's an execution. It is a destruction. 5 alive, 4-1. I can't word my worries better.
Yeah, and dude, it's one of these things, you know, you were always willing to give Vitality. Woo! Oh my God, look at the body. That thing went flying, dog. Anyone else see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you were always willing to give Vitality time. They said from the offset, we need time to make this all work. But eventually, you are going to hit that point, like, you know, where you start to consider, like, what else could we do here? You don't just want to have these players sat wasting them in their primes to accomplish very, very little. And I think those conversations could even be had for Vitality if they go out in the play-ins here. Them and Big, two of the top-rated teams at the play-ins as a whole, both in jeopardy right now in their respective series.
To think just, I mean, a week ago, a couple of weeks ago, Vitality were in the playoffs of a Tier 1 event. 2-0ing ends, 2-1ing G2. Yeah, losing to Na'Vi, who hasn't? But from that to this, it's not a good sign. I am speaking very soon, of course, but it's not based on nothing. ZywOo eats a nade, armorless. Damage far more prevalent as a result. They're going to go back to B, grouping in the tunnels. But even Vitality have been unsure in some of these commitments in rounds gone by, and you can't be indecisive with 35 seconds. You've got to make your choice to go. Head shown. ZywOo could not pick it, and now the smoke provides cover as Rouse covers the cross. Not for long. 2 picks into middle and B. Rouse is still here at the back of the box, but not for long as ZywOo picks him. He was waiting with the bomb. He had to hit that kill, or Vitality could have even lost the time. Even so, it's a round 1 with 5 up. A reassuring moment for the French and Danes as they take their second.
Yeah, I like that, man. They had like a very, very kind of clear plan from the offset. It wasn't like the last time they tried to lean into that B play on the 4 spy where all it took was 1 smoke to cancel all of those plans. Attack came in all across the map, and they do come up with the goods. 5 alive is very important as well. If Vitality do want to pull this back, they need to start stabilizing this money, and they need to start breaking apart that of Sprouts. Now, the save is nice, right? It lets this next reinvestment for Sprout be a little bit cheaper. They still get to have orbs in tow, everything they could need. But eventually, this CT money can be broken apart. That's not a reality we're very far away from. Vitality might have gotten off to a pretty dire start as far as they go, but there are still routes to turn this around, and they're going to have to. Sprout have been a team that have been chomping at the bit to kind of cross that line from the tippity top of Tier 2 into the big dogs, into the big kind of, sit with the big players at the big boy table. Beating Vitality would maybe earn them that right.
And a whole lot of respect. Especially as we said earlier, I'm going to repeat it for new listeners. Spiidi, 4.5 years in Sprout as an organization. Gone through many a team, many a German, and now international. And right now the results are speaking for themselves, but they've got to keep it going. Can't get ahead of it. Staehr flashing long, nading the bin. misutaaa blind, bullied, bombarded, and Magisk makes up for it with a massive opener. 2 kills out on long. Saving the day for now. lauNX is trying to stop it from the flank. He turns from the orb, and ZywOo's so quick to trade. Shooting up top mid, dinked is Apex. Rouse can go back to B, but he needs to do it right now because dupreeh's running in. Knife out. Yoink. A lot of damage there. Not quite the conversion, but dupreeh should be good for this kill. Just not in a hurry. Doesn't know which side of the door he's on. Slacks will stop. A re-aggress back on long, and Vitality, careful, boys. They're about to get faced in middle. More damage. Sprout just don't know where it's going. But this should give it up. This should make it clear. Rouse sits in the fire. And it will spread at the last possible tick.
Only a matter of time. The barrel's been seen. Slack still wins that fight, so it's not over yet, Vitality. This one's gotten a hell of a lot closer than it ever felt it was going to. Does Slacks want to attempt this with his AWP? Will he write it off? It looks like it's going to be the latter. He's going back down into lower tunnels. And I'm assuming this is for the save, but he could try to recommit out middle, especially if dupreeh gives him this fight. Slack's dead. dupreeh holds the line, and Vitality put a 3rd up on the board, narrowly dodging that round, getting too wild.
And maybe a chance for Vitality to not just break back, but take the lead as well, with Sprout having no money in this follow-up. Maybe the worries were too soon. So unlucky. Scout into USPs. Slack's actually opened onto Apex through the doors, so 5 on 4. Yes, just about. dupreeh just lobbing everything he can to make sure he can stay alive in the tunnels. Sprout keeping the pressure on, and if you're instilling fear and vitality in this kind of round, don't know what you're doing. But they're just being patient. If this scout can find another head, that is everything. The pistol's up on Catwalk. A dink is good. dupreeh ready to fight with a flashbang. misutaaa comes out from top mid and clears out. Arouse, double deagle headshot. Bombs in T-spawn. Guns are available to get picked up, and Vitality are a man down. As long as they keep the sights intact, Vitality, they're going to waltz into A. Staehr, I'd love to see him hide out here, hide in the back boxes, and see if Vitality overlook this position.
Yeah, he hears that flash as well. His info here is super important, right? He's able to call well ahead of time. Yep, guys, it is that A play. They flashed out long. They're moving in now. He can hear the util coming in.
Needs a bait.
Yeah, does need some support. Like, no one else is moving over right now. Sprout need to get a move on. They need to go and help him out because he's only got this USP inside of the site. Damage would be golden from Staehr. That's about all you can hope for here. I think a kill is wishful thinking. Damage done. ZywOo brought down low. Him and misutaaa have navigated it well, and he's going to turn on a dime to bail out Vitality.
Why is every round a heart attack, right? There's no, I can't relax. I can't chill out. No one can, especially not Vitality. That was such a close flank, but misutaaa saves it with that flick back. Oh, these dirty double deeks from Rouse. Oh, that was a clean tap for misutaaa. Had to hit it, or that's the round over. And a full eco being won. Not quite. Regardless, good damage for Sprout. Can they capitalize on it? They've even brought out a double AWP. Fruits of their labor. Plucked straight from the tree. Jiggle forces Slacks off back to spawn. Flash out mid, and it looks like they want to go for it. Longs pushes through Magisk's dribble smoke and gets that pick. dupreeh looking the wrong way. Caught by Spiidi as well. Slacks turns from the flash, but he can't hit the flick shot. That's a necessity. And suddenly a 5-on-3 goes back the other way. There may be more. Apex nails Spiidi's head to the ground. And a 3-on-2. Make that 2 on either which way. The bomb's still getting up Cat. And Staehr has to wait for Rouse for what will be a retake round.
God, man, all these rounds are so wild. They're all coming down to the wire. It's very individual right now out of Vitality. misutaaa moving back the catwalk should have this one, but timings are a little weird. Luckily enough, he's going to go back to the angle in time. And Staehr writing it off, doesn't want to give it a go in the 1v2. He's got a long old rotate down that long angle, and with ZywOo posted on the AWP, he doesn't want to take his chances. Vitality are up in the lead with a 5th round to their name. It's another one of these ones that ain't too pretty, but Apex did the heavy lifting in the mid-round, turning that one back in the favor of Vitality with his Apex.
No, it's pronounced Apex.
That's great. That's very funny, man.
Thanks, man.
I was having a little sip of water as you said it, so I couldn't do my normal.
Oh, no, that counts. I'll take it.
Yeah? All right, good.
Redeem it. Dude, misutaaa's just saving this game right now.
I mean, he was trying to save it back on Vertigo,
he's
right?
Trying to ace it, yeah.
He's doing all he can.
All right, weird buy, but we've seen them make 1v2s happen with...
Dude, I like longs. Look at that. I like the confidence to bring out a Mag 7.
Mag, man.
Let's see what he can do.
This is a very ranged Mag 7 engagement.
Mag 7 is a ranged gun 50% of the time.
True. The other 50%, it is blanks, I think. So, what have you got for us here? Is this a cross smoke? Just a standard old... Oh my goodness.
Okay, hang on.
Oh,
Everyone witness him.
Okay. Is that
Is
an
that-
Xbox or a hinge?
Is that a hinge smoke?
No way.
No.
No.
No. That's a hinge smoke from Pit.
Ban him. Ban him right now. That is not allowed.
Why do you keep coming up with ways to do it? Oh, that is the thing of beauty. And ZywOo's now just lighting them up.
Yeah,
And they're
just
all
end the
thinking,
round. He's earned it. He's earned it. I'm gobsmacked. The other one wasn't hard enough. Yeah, so you line up on this dirt on the ground, and then you aim at that.
You want to look for like the patch of dirt
wall.
that's a little, just a little lighter than all the other patches of dirt.
That's just it, dude.
Like, as he's lining it up, I was thinking, like, it looks like a hinge
like
smoke.
a cross smoke.
No,
or
I was
something.
thinking,
Oh,
like,
okay.
with where he lined up, it looked like it was going to go hinge or mid, but I was thinking, like, no way you're smoking hinge from Pit.
Pick, not connecting for lauNX. Couldn't really see through that Molotov, and Vitality have done some serious damage to one of these two AWPs. They're crossing up Cat. Rouse rallies the troops, and they've double face mid. That's a tag for Slacks, but he's going to get back in position in time. ZywOo waits for a reswing. He doesn't miss this. Hate to break it to you, Rouse, and so he won't take that risk. Vitality smoked out of middle. Are they going back to B? Again, some indecision in these mid rounds. But still a very nice T side has been put together. Trying to finish the job that Slack started with that nade. Vitality are going for a mid to B by the looks of things, or at least faking out that they want one, dropping into the mid doors. Magisk is solo upper, can drop his dribble smoke as well. Vitality are on the move. Oh, that's through tunnels.
Okay, wow. And that's the round right there.
Yeah,
Sometimes
cool.
that's how the cookie crumbles, man. Little mid to B pop, and a smoke shot goes your way. And you're laughing all the way to the bank. Apex is even trying to make matters worse here for Sprout by hunting down some of these saving players. A shot from Slacks' AWP. They at least know about Apex on this hunt. Spiidi is currently freaking out. Doesn't know if he should look above him or behind him. Luckily enough, now that Apex is gone, he can look dead ahead, and that's a good thing as dupreeh is about to move in. Will Vitality take away even one of these guns? Answer's yes. Make it two of them. The AWP gone. Staehr, the last guy left standing. He'll at least get away with his. That's a pretty safe bet, but it's one M4 in a round that you didn't even attempt. If you'd saved with 3, you would still be buying here. That is not a privilege that Sprout have anymore. They've got to partially invest around this M4, which in theory means Vitality should be looking to move on to 8 rounds.
Yeah, it seems like something's switched on for Vitality, right? Everyone's popping off, everyone's getting key entries all over the map. Everything that must happen is happening, and this is a really good T-side so far. There's definitely going to be more for it, though. dupreeh popping out long, quick. Flashed off by Sprout, though, and Spiidi's fighting for it. Oh, a little off because he's full blind, but he's done 2 deagle shots into dupreeh. There's the job. Finished by Staehr. Longs at top mid. Hello, bomb down. AWP is here, up close. He's got to watch out. ZywOo is moved round the corner. He's hunting him down, shotgun mode, but they're in lower as well, and he's going to get D'd in the back of the head. Magisk trades, but a 1v3. A long road ahead.
Yeah, could just get shot in the back by Slacks' scout as well. Peeking top middle, he's good for the first, but there's that wraparound through B, and so it is a partial investment win for the Sprout squad. They won't go down without a fight, and they're going to call in a little tack pause now. They want to try and get all they can out of it, squeaking around like that past Vitality.
Yeah, I wonder if they stay with a double AWP. They've got so much money after winning an eco, so it's certainly not going to hold them back, but right now, Vitality doing a lot of rounds ending on this B site. They will still commit to it. I'm admiring how much Sprout don't get deterred by Vitality and how often they get aggressive. And honestly, it's done more good than bad for Sprout on the CT side. It's not even like, oh yeah, they're insta-taking tunnels, or lower rather, from spawn, as the new mid allows you to. But the mid-round pushes on long doors, the retakes of B upper, pushing top mid on an eco there, they're perfect right now. And they are the rounds that Sprout are winning, the ones where they catch Vitality out of position. Looking like an early B play. If ZywOo gets his kill, round is simply over, but he's flashed off. Because you know they would just fully commit off an entry into a B site here. And if they get smoked off, they could even do the triple boost over it, but ZywOo has got it, and that might just be the round, Harry. There's still a player here. Rouse can make a case for it.
Yeah, nails that opener. Spiidi's here to support, raining in damage from the double doors. misutaaa's coming in on this very, very late lurk. It does hinge on his teammates getting into the site, and they've managed that. Now misutaaa dropping down. There's a freebie, and why not deal with both the remaining Sprout players? Lovely little drop down into CT. Full faith that his teammates could get that over the line. And so Vitality very, very quickly righted their wrongs from falling short to that partial investment in the round gone by.
Yeah, double AWP is at least giving ZywOo a lot of head-to-head fights on AWPs, and he's winning the vast majority of them. We only had 3 fights between Slax and ZywOo with AWPs last map, and it was 2-1 for Slax, I think. But ZywOo's had a lot of those fights. That's sickening for dupreeh. Didn't even seem like he stopped running. Oh my! The counter-strafe tap to lauNX as well. 2 picks. dupreeh's going to take the AWP out of the hands of ZywOo as well. Apex is blind, but he's tucked in the corner. It will expire before Rouse is ready. Only just churns him down with the MP9. Meanwhile, B has been removed out of Sprout's repertoire, and Rouse could die in middle, signaling the end of the round. Sprout are out of position and out of a chance. Vitality, 90 rounds at a bare minimum.
Mentally, I still can't get over the ZywOo smoke from pit, if I'm being honest. I can't even throw the hinge smoke from in front of the hinge, so... Oh. Yeah, man, no, okay. It's nice to see Vitality kind of showing up here, right? I was definitely worried that they could have just gone out with a whimper, but it feels like they're having their second win. Staehr, will he survive? Will he get out? Will he? No, he's gone. Magisk has found him. And so Vitality are up onto 9. The AWP is not held forward, and they're not going to have one.
Unlucky. Safe to say. And yeah, something primal has appeared in Vitality's pocket. They are nailing fools to walls right now. And double-digit half seems very likely with the money in this state. ZywOo's even wallbang longs out of middle. So, you know, it's not getting any easier for Sprout, who started this game 4-1, felt like they were on a roll. Instead, it's Vitality getting this bread. Up close on Cat. Staehr, gonna get cleared, but the smoke actually gets in ZywOo's face, and Staehr doubles up in mid. He doesn't know about Magisk. He's still here trying to trade guns, and Magisk and dupreeh have flipped this round on its head. How did Vitality win it? I don't know, and now they've got to do it justice. They've got to finish the job and take us to a third.
Well, Vitality are well and truly having their second wind here, right? They needed to step up. These results would not have been tolerated. And so here they are trying to right their wrongs and take us to a third map. Overpass waiting in the wings. Can Vitality send us there? They've got a CT side now. And a 5-round lead moving into this second half of play.
Yeah, they forgot the bomb, so that's going to slow down this long execute, but it's never a hurry. They need to line up cross smokes. Magisk is trapped right now. They could molly him, and they will just shoot him instead. That works. Little tap out from Slacks. Often said AWPers are good with pistols, and point proved yet again. Apex, if he wants to risk it, he can jump up on the box, get default, but it's a risk all right. He's getting wiggle-jiggled by Slacks. Ooh. Oh, Apex trying to block the smokes now. Don't die in the process. They will have to boost up if they want to get any more control. Misutaa's the only man here on the site. They're going to boost. Oh, that was heard. Fleshy heads. Hello? No one's going to shoot through it. They're contact instead. misutaaa doesn't know. These T's are right round the corner, and lauNX has taken that first kill. Apex overwhelmed in spawn as the flash comes out and blinds him. ZywOo and dupreeh against the world. Already seeming like a save. And to be fair, as far as saving on a pistol goes, both these players with full armor. They can buy helmets for 350. They can get stuff around that, whatever they want. I would say scout, but ZywOo never inclined. Apex being the scouter for this team. So the save is good for Vitality. Pretty difficult round to win. Sprout with a pistol, and maybe Dust2 won't be a wash.
I mean, hell, dude, if one thing is clear, it's that you cannot underestimate this Sprout squad, right? Vitality had a pretty good go at it in their first half of Vertigo as well. Admittedly, not as good as the 10-5, but still. We're able to win out the half, and then we all know how that one went as time went on. With the pistol round secured now for Sprout, they're going to try and close this gap, going to try and make it a much more competitive affair here. A force fight back in for Vitality. ZywOo with that scout. I hope he gets involved early on. Doesn't have the best spawn to do that, though. Yeah, just going to be more passive for him, flashing his teammates out on the long side as they try to fight for this control. Taking more of a supportive element here for the time being.
That is a development, though. Like, ZywOo doesn't scout. He very rarely scouts. We have not seen him don this weapon much in second rounds at all. It's usually Apex, as I said. So, yeah, interesting to see. Always a surprise when, you know, one of the best AWPs in the world doesn't want to scout. Feels like the perfect gun. But let's see if he can put it to use. Apex and dupreeh in a dangerous spot. ZywOo making that scout look luscious. Picks Rouse out of cat. It's a full long take. Another scout with a car hit is Apex, and he will get out scot-free. dupreeh swings, but Staehr spamming just gets a guy walking into his crosshair. That's the rifle in no man's land. But Vitality with a 4-on-3, and the range game given by the scouts, not out of the realm of possibility. Oof. I think that's on purpose just to get past these scouts,
yeah,
to be honest.
just to try and make him less annoying. Okay, Staehr, that might have just saved the round, honestly. There was a gap in that smoke, and it made me very nervous that ZywOo was going to do more madness with his scout now. He's out of the round. It's going to fall to everybody else on the side of Vitality. Staehr still taking heads off, still making it look good. And he's carved a path into the A play. Sprout, they've kind of dodged the danger that these scouts represented. And are now moving up onto 7 rounds as Vitality look to save.
Oh, we're trying to wait for the headshot, but just takes the clear fire when he has it. But Spiidi, don't know if he'll survive down here. Maybe just. Ah, smoke, that's helpful. Now he can move away. Try and get back to the long side. Staehr's killed Magisk, and just a scout save into a full eco for Vitality. This should be an 8-10 when we're all said and done before the guns.
Yeah, so in spite of that, like, promising start, right? it all gets forgotten about very, very quickly. And once again, it's the same hero player from Vertigo, Staehr, stepping up and making that happen. You know, he sat top of the board once more for his team. He really is trying to be that X factor, the guy to make all the difference. It can be hard to do that on a CT side of Dust2, but here on the T side where, you know, he has a little more freedom in when and where he takes engagements, not left retaking all the time. He might end up being a big problem again for Vitality. Because that really was the story of Vertigo. As mentioned, he was the only guy who finished positive on his team. He did so much to make that victory happen for Sprout. And he's trying to do it all over again. Now, Scouts out on the Sprouts now. As this push is coming in, Apex going up, going over, dropping down, firing a shot, firing more. The Eagle spamming, AK through the smoke.
Has play-by-play gone too far?
Yeah, this is where it's at now. Feet seen,
1 minute
Mac
10.
10 firing, bomb planted.
Bomb ticking.
And save.
And saving.
So that's 8 for Sprout.
Yes.
Okay, this first rifle round for Vitality needs to land. Like, it needs to work, because if it doesn't, we all know how that CT money is. We all know how tough it is to be a CT nowadays, man. It's hard out here.
Yeah.
On these streets, grinding. Day in, day out.
Feeding your wife, feeding your kids.
Barely enough money for an A1S as the cheaper option. Oh, it's hard, man.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's going to be kind of dangling over Vitality till they chain together a couple of rounds.
Yeah, and the worst part for Vitality is Sprout have come out with flawless rounds. If anything, they could upgrade here. You don't need to. Got plenty of reasons to just keep this Mac 10 and upgrade if your teammate dies, swap out. But Vitality, yeah. Big, green, in ZywOo's hands. And all the trimmings. Stress is there for Vitality at this point, no doubt. Like you said, just how important this round is. And at least setting a precedent. Gonna get flashed out mid. No one here. Apex moving in through spawn, but he has been the quietest player in the entire server right now after an incredible game on Vertigo. A lot of impactful rounds on the T sides especially. Sprout mill about in middle. It's a good flash. Got misutaaa. ZywOo's going to use that chance to scope up and check it out. He has to get Cat as well. This is a very mid-centric round for Vitality. They've been faked out quite well by this util from Sprout. misutaaa with a good angle, but he doesn't get anything from it. And ZywOo is now on the chopping block. Thank God it's a Mac 10 on Catwalk. ZywOo is fine for now, but there should be a molly coming in. He's been headshot, and he has no smoke. He's dead. No chance. Somehow Raul still stands on short with 10 health, and this might just be Sprout forcing a save.
Unreal.
Raul's the human decoy.
Dude, I mean, yeah. Mate, that is really rough for Vitality, though. Cannot stress this enough. Like, they might have had this 10-5 lead, but you can forget about it now, my friend, right? This is going to be, realistically, unless they get something done with, like, these 2 hero rifles, because that's all they're going to have in the next round, this should be going 10-all. Sprout, man, they're back on top. You know, we talked about setting precedents. Well, what about pressing sediments? It's Sprout that are turning into a rock right now, mate.
How many years have you been holding on to that line?
No, I just came up with that one on the fly.
Yeah, no, I believe it. Oh, my
I just kind of swapped the beginning of the words around. Like, that's
sediments.
funny.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, well, you say those 2 guns they've kept. How about those none guns?
There's not even! Oh, that is heartbreaking!
Well, full eco, just pistol armor for Vitality at a max. This is 10 rounds, Harry. This is a leveled playing field.
And I tell you what, it would have been all too easy, I think, for Sprout to just roll over and die in this second half. Like, Vitality came alive in the first half of play.
Yeah.
They were looking like the team that is feared, that like everyone was kind of hoping they would be. It started to get like shadows of what could be with Vitality. And now it feels like it's a matter of Sprout having risen to the occasion. And now things are starting to really resemble Vertigo all over again. And you've got to give them credit for this. It was a good start to the day for Vitality. It was a very competitive first match.
Yeah.
And then it became even more kind of questionable as they were racking up a big scoreline here.
Go on, lads. Hit another.
Pistols and armor. Will he hit another?
Oh, the cat flank again. No AWP to save you this time. And I think that's it. Said and now done. Bomb planted. Box ticked, 10 rounds. Raul's got to watch out, but he's ready for that uncrouch. And there's another man in the middle. Oh, he spotted on the jump. He saw Apex over the tippity top of the doors, and now they're going to run him down. Good shot. There's no defusing this bomb. They're right below you, Apex. Oh, he's screwed. lauNX is ready, and dupreeh in a 1 versus 3 to just save a pistol.
And I mean, the big scary feeling that I just cannot shake is that this T side is looking really good. This is where someone like Staehr is allowed to come into his own. You're also getting a lot of mileage out of everyone else now. For Vitality, it's problematic because till they win a couple of rounds, man, they're always going to be in this spot where if they lose, they're ecoing, or at best, they're partial buying around save guns. And you can see games turn around so quickly when a team is in that position. Vitality now more than ever needs to kind of pick Zonic's brain, get some words of wisdom as to how to fix this. They call in their first hack timeout. I'm not even against the fact that it feels like it's come in late. You look at it right, Sprout won the pistol, they win the conversions, they win that first rifle, things get screwed from that point onwards. And so this is like the first time, if you're Vitality, that you're really feeling massively worried. You've only had 1 rifle round so far. This is your second, but if this one doesn't pan out, Sprout are going to leapfrog up onto a likely 12-10 scoreline, and at that point, they are racing towards that finish line. You are staring elimination in the face. And for Vitality, with the legends this team is composed of, that is not good enough. Slacks opens this round, and Spiidi takes it one step further. misutaaa and Apex are dead. Vitality immediately on the back foot.
Full blind flick shot. I don't know how he's done it. And a double entry. The momentum, Harry, is just piling up. dupreeh, maybe he clears this and gets a consolation kill, but even then, he's not convinced. Tunnels is too quiet. Rouse can walk through B. ZywOo, the one man who can stop this horde coming in on the long side. And at any point, if Rouse activates, he just wins the round. Plain and simple. They've not called for it yet. Sprout throw the smokes. ZywOo waits. Mollies go out, Magisk swings through him. He spams, he sprays, he prays, and he takes one with him, but Spiidi's still there very low. He could find a second. Rouse is activating on the B-bomb site. The bomb is going back. Vitality don't know it, but they have a gap in their armor. ZywOo can kill anyone he wants on the cross. The B site is the true objective.
Yeah, still, there's a lot of responsibility on Rouse to actually hold down this side of the map. You know, Vitality are not fools. They know it's not an A play anymore, and so they start to lean towards B early. ZywOo moving in. They should anticipate that someone's here, right? Someone's triggered this rotation out of Sprout. dupreeh tries to make a mental play. He thought he was going to hit a fast timing on the backstab, but instead they were waiting for him. Out through the window is Magisk with a double. Oh, and all 3. Vitality stand tall, and it's Magisk to put that round on the board. Finally, 6 rounds into this second half of play, Magisk delivers a 4K to bail out Vitality.
Well, they needed a hero. They really did. And I need Vitality to pay for my heart attack. This is getting scary. Magisk absolutely saves the round in the series and the lifeline of Vitality in this tournament. I think without that round, it's all going to come crumbling apart. They finally grace the CT side, albeit a little late. What on earth? Uppercat goes Sprout. ZywOo's AWP sits on the site. And you don't want a round like that for Sprout to make them overthink it. Now the Vitality, they're the ones getting curious. ZywOo's walking up on the catwalk. There's a boost. who moves first? I mean, Slax is a turret. He can't go anywhere on top of his teammate's head, but ZywOo could creep into the angle. That would be his demise, no doubt about it. But ZywOo holds strong, and Magisk might be the man to move in with him. Right behind on the barrels. It's a nice setup for Vitality. ZywOo can drop off after a shot, and Magisk can help him out, but none of this may matter if Sprout go back into a mid to B. dupreeh hasn't overcommitted in upper tunnels. Util coming through. Staehr trying to keep eyes on the B tunnels, but the bulk out through mid.
Yeah, Magisk moving in to try and respond to this, right? Spamming that smoke. Oh, it's damage. Not quite the killing blow, but he will nail it the second time around. Slax picks up one. dupreeh up at the tunnel, fighting ahead of these smokes. Goes on a tear of his own. And it's the Danes taking turns to try save the day for Vitality. lauNX 7 points of health. 1v4 turned 1-on-3. And he's going to go hunting, but there's a lot of bodies around this corner. It's not going to happen. Vitality up on a 12. And now building back in to this CT side. They had a 5-round drought, now stealing 2 in a row. Things are starting to look up again for Vitality.
Yeah, good save for dupreeh on the B anchor as well after his teammate died on that split to peeking window. Slax covered his team, and dupreeh is definitely feeling the burn after pushing through that Molotov in lower dark. The round prior puts up a massive 2K to keep this game in favor of Vitality. Back-to-back rounds after a silent streak where Sprout went 5 up on this T side. And now their money's the one called into question. If Vitality break them here, very much set up for Overpass, our deciding map in this BO3. If you are just joining us, Sprout are up a map in the series. They took theirs of Vertigo. This is not only an elimination game, but also a qualification to the group stage of Cologne. Only one spot for these two teams. Slax looks for a B pick, but no one faces, not even close. I say it, Magisk drops into the bomb site, but yeah, even he realizes what could be round the corner.
Silence just kind of all across the map right now. Putting their pieces in place for what looks like a mid to B right now, but they've at least got like options open to them to change this into like a cat take should the situation call for it. Bit of Util getting lobbed out into B. All going in now in middle. Apex traded after one. This mid to be starting to take shape, starting to take form. But they're not pulling the trigger on going in just yet. Very, very measured as to how they want to go for this. Out in middle, the flash was meant to set up Magisk, but he falls short. dupreeh's got to do it all alone, and he's wrapped up through middle by that little 2-man push that went unaccounted for. Not really much the Vitality can do here in a 2v3. A lot of teams would save. And Vitality, well, they are a lot of teams, so might just look to head for the hills on this one, meaning Sprout, they don't let the rounds rack up for long. 2 in a row is all they're willing to give Vitality.
Yeah, they save their money. Like that, honestly, that's probably the game. If Sprout lose it, Vitality would be going up to 14 up against Eco, or off the back of an anti-Eco. And you'd have one more gun round to decide it all. Key detail there for Sprout is that they hold off on the tunnels pop until those mid players come out and get that pick. Vitality feel the pressure with that mid to be smoked down to get info through window, and that's just what digs their graves deep. At that point, dupreeh, nowhere to look. He's got to pick a side, and no matter which he picks, someone's coming out from behind him. Really nice timing on the split. Comes down to having very clean comms, something that can be very difficult for these international teams, especially for players that have stuck in their regional dialect their entire careers. More so the case for Vitality. But obviously for Sprout, something we credited them a lot back on Vertigo were the comms. Vitality talk of comms. They want to have a chat with Zonic as well. Second timeout used. First was at 10:10.
I mean, you've got a roster composed of multiple major winners, multi-time major winners. Some of the greatest, you know, prospects and prodigies from different generations of Counter-Strike. And on the other side, Sprout is these plucky underdogs that have been on the grind, right, trying to bridge that gap into the top level of competition for some time now. And here on Dust2, they could do it. Vitality's money is at breaking point. If Sprout win this, once more, they would look to leap into the lead right from under Vitality's nose. Remember, this was a 10-5 first half. The joint French-Danish forces were in pole position. They still narrowly are, but it all hinges on taking this round here and now over the line.
Suita's getting hungry. Supplemented by a Molotov. Longs will burn, he has to bounce. Get out of there. Hinge smoke, way easier way to throw it. Certainly a lot less stylish. misutaaa out on an island, wide on his off angle. Will likely be fighting till death, presuming Sprout can trade this. Timing is everything. On his right swing, it's perfect. misutaaa doubles up. A bomb dropped, and the AWP too far away. It's going to take seconds before it can even get in position to pick up that package once again. And Rao's going through the smoke is a dead man. Even though they kill ZywOo on the cross, and Slax has got the bomb back, it's a 2-on-3 where they don't know where everyone sits. Still a B player poking the back line. Staehr's dead. Slax in a clutch, and 15 seconds he wants to give it up. Even firing only draws a peak from Vitality, and he is just here to save his AWP, not the day. Vitality onto 13 first. But I recall how much they were in control of Vertigo in regulation with a 9-6, with 15 first. Certainly not done, but that's a massive sculpt to find in terms of breaking Sprout's money this deep in the game.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I like that misutaaa takes such an active role in that round. Like, you know, we said throughout this entire series, he's been the great consistency for Vitality. And it felt like he's kind of have enough of sitting on his laurels, having it dictated to him. He wanted to get involved early on.
Baby.
Now ZywOo arriving on the scene here in this round has opened it up with a pick for Vitality.
What a time to come alive.
Sprout can feel this one, right? Starting to slip away. They're probably not worried just yet, but if they end up losing this one, they will be. Heads up to be screwed on tight. Slacks in middle. Late trade onto ZywOo to return the 4-on-4.
You'll notice Spiidi has the bomb at long. He's either got to go rejoin with his team, or this entire round rests on a 1v1 between him and misutaaa. And yeah, you don't want to risk those odds at this point in the game. He's going to go flash mid, regroup with his roster, set up for this cat split. With ZywOo dead, they really just want to get this A cat take going, knowing the AWP can't stop him on the cross. It's out in no man's land in middle. Apex has 2 nades. That's a big one. dupreeh spammed. Apex has done the same. It's smoke shots to get him over the finish line. And 14 for Vitality with barely damage done, apart from ZywOo getting picked. That's a saving grace there for Vitality, and that's forced Sprout to play for overtime. They've shown up big today, but even they shouldn't have the gumption to pull this one back up against 15-11.
Yeah, you know, they've kind of been defying the odds all damn day. This is finally one where the house might win in this case, right?
House always wins. Sprout got to land on green on that roulette table, and safe to say, not many odds of that happening, not in this round. Vitality clean to mop it up, or keen rather to mop it up. Then it'll be clean.
More smoke spam for Magisk. Apex and dupreeh also going to pad those stat lines. There it is, 15 for Vitality. A final tack pause called out by the Sprout squad. It doesn't happen now, it's going to happen on overpass. They either turn us back and take this one to overtime as well. They're going to need 4 in a row to make that happen. They get washed out with the coming tide of Vitality. And sent to that third map of overpass.
Final tack as well. So even if you hit overtime, there's no slowdown once you get there. Unless Vitality want to do the same, and at this point they have Sprout right where they want them, by the throat. All they got to do is squeeze. Glass AWP for Slack. Slywoo's got his though. Sprout going to lean B out of the gate. Smoke molly combo to force a fast Xbox smoke, but dupreeh, despite this, is pushed back into lower. He has been quite a nuisance, hasn't he? Often found at the back of B, but Spiidi runs right by with absolutely no clue, and dupreeh now knows that he is on a timer. He has got to go.
Oh, wins that fight down in lower, and he's given himself a way out. He's given himself a way to play into this round a little bit later. Might not even be needed, though, with Magisk still here, tearing through the Sprout squad. ZywOo up in the window, and Slack's left all alone. They're all around him. He's threading the needle to try and get out, but he won't survive the journey.
Damn.
Vitality steal Dust2 away, and we're going to overpass.